What is going on there, citizens of the Reject Nation? Greg and Coy are back at it to talk more Superman. We're going to do a movie reaction, but different. This is going to be very different for us. It's going to be like our commentary track. We don't really know how we're going to do this. This is going to be a process of discovery for us. We don't have like a real game plan, but this is going to be a time where, yeah, we obviously have seen it before, but I feel like we can do a scene by scene discussion, maybe pause sometimes, talk about it, see if you guys like this. And if this goes down well, if the engagement's good, maybe we could do this for other movies.
I have been wanting to do this with The Matrix since we met.
Oh my God, that'd be awesome.
Right? Like, I
really
think
fun.
You and I have enough favorite movies that we share and we see things differently enough. It would be interesting as a commentary. And I always love Blu-ray commentaries and DVD commentaries. This feels like a blending of what I consume and what you make. Like, you were the one that showed me the merit in reaction videos. And I always loved consuming commentary tracks. So I think you and I could make some really cool stuff with like The Matrix and Fight Club. And
oh my God, yeah, there's stuff to do. Yeah, and I actually I was thinking like The Dark Knight. Anyway,
you could double the output.
We got to get to it.
Yes.
We got to figure out how this is going to go. This might be a little rough around the edges, and we're going to embrace that. So guys, please make sure that you leave a like. And also, thank you to everyone who's been buying the RR apparel. My name is Gary, being kind as punk rock. Any tee you buy is an amazing way to support the cast and crew here at Real Rejects. Patrons get 15% off at rejectnationshop.com. Link in the description box, pinned comment. You can scan the barcode you see right here on screen. Coy, you ready to see how technically difficult this becomes?
I am ready to be overwhelmed by the tech, but enthralled by the film.
Yeah, let's go. What a cool way to start this
I
off.
love that DC Studios made an entirely comic feel logo.
It's a hybrid of both, like the comic logo, but then you're also hearing the John Williams tune.
Yeah.
So it's showing like the respect and homage right off the top.
And then it cues into this like Top Gun banger. Like, we get so many musical transitions. I still love this scroll, and doing a scroll that doesn't feel like our traditional one, but feels familiar.
He said he got the inspiration from Star Wars, and I think it does do a good job at that, like throwing you into it, because some people pose this criticism that, well, we don't know this Superman, we didn't see his origin and all that, but I'm like, well, you don't see that with like Luke Skywalker and
but
Darth
you also
Vader
know
and,
Superman. It's not like there's anything missing contextually.
And most people who watch this already know who Superman is. So yes, if we want to like go to the future and be like, what if someone 30 years from now? Well, we're not. We're dealing with the present day right now. So
I personally love the 33-3. Like, that's a really fun way to do it.
Well,
Jim Lee just did a post the other day from his vacation with this format, and it was really cute.
But this text right here, I love that it starts off with him being like super heroic. Like, yeah, we know Superman. Then, oh my God, this is different for Superman to hear that.
One transition, one line of text changes. Yeah, I agree. I also didn't realize that he voiced the Hammer of Barovia until the special feature.
Oh, really?
Coming out. Yeah,
I didn't know that.
That's also him.
It's also kind of a bold move to showcase the opening scene in the trailer.
Yeah, it highlights that moment through the entire press and then the movie.
Yeah, because in the context of it, it was like, oh, when does this happen in the movie?
And seeing it in the theater, I remember being like, oh, we're here. It was such a moment. This is one of the theatrical experiences I think I'll remember for the rest of my life. Just that first beat.
I actually think showing like the snow from behind really drives home the power of crypto.
This movie made me more of a crypto fan. I was a casual, like, Golden Age crypto wasn't a character I followed, but this was an immediately interesting way to humanize him.
Take me home. Home.
I've never quite put much emphasis on the fact that he calls his Fortress of Solitude home. And I think that drives home a little bit more of his actual loneliness in the world. Right, because he lives alone there.
Yeah.
It's just a bunch of robots that he views as sentient. They just view them as robots.
That's a really good point, though. At the end, I don't think he would consider it home.
Yeah, and then he talks to his hologram parents there. So, I think
there's not much more isolating than artifice. Yeah. Another reason I think we'll get a Metallo or Brainiac in the next one. That feeling of artifice versus tangible and real.
Metallo's the one I'm opting for.
I've been wanting Brainiac my whole life.
See, I love that detail. When the AI comes, the robots come in, you could hear it's not Superman. It is a genuine concern in their
voice. There's an emotion, yeah.
Meet 12. She's new.
He looked at me.
I don't remember that. I really don't remember that moment. I gotta say, man, I actually find the Bradley Cooper casting incredibly distracting the first time I watched it.
Really?
I was pulled out.
I thought I was like, an actor with impact is so important, and I was like, they did it.
See, I get the intention of that, but when it happened,
the delivery didn't work.
I was like, I couldn't get past the fact that it was Bradley Cooper.
Interesting. I mean, it is Bradley, just Bradley Cooper. But when I think of Jor-El, I think of that as the role that goes to the actor of like Shakespearean repute.
Yeah.
And so I was like, good.
14 fractured bones.
Our poor Superman.
That's the first time I noticed Palm Clementif's voice.
You know, this actually just dawned on me, the foreshadowing that this is doing, because Superman, they're driving home just how jacked up he got, like amongst every internal damage. And the person who helps save him from the snow is Krypto. And then when he's fighting the Hammer Baravia in the finale, who helps him win? Krypto.
Also, the last scene is him in that exact same chair spinning, looking up, and this is him spinning with the sun healing him.
We love a good
bookends.
Bookends.
Thank you, the studio, for being incredible. I also like their silly little smiles, like the way the lighting is.
Never noticed that. Golly.
Corenswet is so good.
3% restored to health. You must rest.
No can do, 4. I gotta get back to the fray.
See, I love in his performance. He's like, I gotta get back to the fray. You can see like a cockiness in him.
Yeah, the swag and the cape. Like there's just a persona he just finds when he's fully healed.
Sit, stay.
This moment is why I think that like mid-credit moment.
Oh, it's so powerful.
It demonstrates that arc.
Yeah. I also think that they let Clark into the Superman role the most I've ever seen in this movie, and that really makes him human.
That's why I don't agree with the whole we don't get much Clark thing in it.
I think we get Clark for 2 hours and 9 minutes. Man, I love the flying in this movie. The way it captures speed and the way it is different enough from anything we've seen, and then credits.
Yeah. I do kind of wish the Superman credit. I think this would have been a good mid-break point after the Hammer Baravia fight to when he's at the Daily Planet. I think it would have been a stronger separation.
You've heard the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday thing, right?
Yeah,
that I think is would have been beautiful. I really wish it had those transitions.
What a strong clue that is a Superman clone, just with the laser eyes, the same laser eyes right away. So I think that was smart to like minimize the amount of laser eyes Superman uses, so you don't think too much about it.
Put it together. I also love the bright glowing sun at Lex, this whole opening sequence that it like whites us out as Superman arrives. Like Superman's power. And this set is so cool that literally just, those are LED screens and they can make it day or night, like, cause that's all just monitor.
34B.
God, like the detail of him like rubbing the shoulders.
But aggressively.
You can see how like his acolytes feel like he's supported. Yeah, they're supported by him.
I also love the early tease of the 2 first acolytes we see being twins, so the cloning thing is implied.
Yeah.
Like the first thing we see are identical people.
He knows Superman's every move before he makes it.
He does. He's been studying him for years. He's developed over 2,500 fight moves for any situation.
It's weird. On the rewatch, the movie plays like it takes its time more. As I remember the first time watching this, how it felt like kind of rushed and moving a little too quick.
I think the theatrical experience is so overwhelming and it's so kinetic.
Yeah, but on a rewatch, it feels like it moves a lot slower or it takes time better.
I just remember feeling like you're diving into a graphic novel, like that it's a series already underway, and I still feel that. This is my 4th viewing, and it feels different every time.
Lex, the entire structure has descended into the eyes.
Oh, we have what we need. Return to base.
I can drill into it, Lex.
Your pride won't be making our choices today, Angela. Thank you.
I love the condescension of every line Lex has.
I do wish Angela got more character development or a little more distinct personality.
I think she's one of the characters that, I mean, it's set up for the Authority, and I wanted more of her, but I like that I wanted more of her, not that I was bored, but I wish we'd seen more of her development.
Allie, you gotta get out of here. It's not safe. You saved us so many times.
I will say, though, it was such a famous shot from the trailer when the guy's helping Superman up.
Yeah.
And it seems to have more effect in the trailer than it does in the actual movie because, like you said it so many times, and because we don't witness any of that saving, there's not really a connection to it. But I think we placed our own assumptions on that trailer. That's why that shot was so famous. But it doesn't really. I mean, it gets you to remember him for when he comes back later. That civilian.
And then in the last beat with the newspaper.
Yeah.
To me, the newspaper moment is that arc. Like it starts here, and then the middle of the arc is the Lex scene, and then the end is the newspaper.
Gotcha.
So to me, I feel like that is one of the moments that feels so comic-y, is like we don't find out the adventures of them two together. It's already happened, and then we see ramifications of it.
I'm not saying like on a movie on its own is it negative. I'm saying like it's weird how the trailer.
The impact of that.
The impact in the trailer of that emotion feels stronger than in the way when it plays out in the movie. You know?
It is interesting how the trailer is a very different thing watching it after the movie. I love how early they set this up and then it pays off so well. There's so much in the opening that sprinkles in like this is going to be a key set piece.
Well, I like the little life touches, like them passing, like some guy's kicking a soccer ball, and other guy's playing football. You know? Like it feels very human.
It reminds me of 80s action movies. Like I always talk about Lethal Weapon having the cat on the fridge in Murtaugh's house and how that becomes important later. Details are key. And like pocket universes just being a casual thing, this is such a great universe builder. To kick off the DCU with something this bold and crazy is such a good sign for very, very big things. Like, dude walks through a pocket universe.
Ultraman! You did so good!
I love how he could have just flown there. He decides to walk through a pocket universe.
That's how flippant they are with the science. Like every little screw it. I'm tired.
He was already there. He zipped off.
Well, that way Superman doesn't track him.
Yeah.
Because that way he can't be followed. So he leaves to come back a different way.
That's kind of hilarious. Yes, this is this moment that I feel like we needed some type of.
If that said Tuesday.
Yeah.
Because then we would have felt the weight of a day passing of like the impact of that day.
Because it looks like the same day,
Yeah.
too. You know, it looks like, he's just there at work a little bit later. And in juxtaposition, too, compared to when you first see him in the opening, he's all jacked up. And Clark here has like no post-injury.
He was like just barely standing, and now he's like, another day at the office.
It might have worked a little bit better if it seemed like he's having a hard time kind of functioning.
I test audiences that apparently, like, I disagree with so many choices they made. Like, they didn't want the squirrel, they didn't want the title thing.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, the squirrel. I love that moment.
Weird.
Beck Bennett, perfect Lombard. Perfect. Ma.
Me and Pa just wanted to call and say congratulations on that front page, boy.
MVP of the movies for me, these two.
Yeah, I think they're amazing.
Pretty good roadkill lately. Shut up, Steve. Like awesome chitlin.
What's that, Clark?
Sorry, Ma. I'm just in the middle of a big.
See, I like that moment where he says, "Shut up, Steve," because it's the one time he gets defensive as Clark.
He's over his parents.
Yeah.
So this guy just flew into Midtown and started attacking people, demanding for Superman to show up?
Yeah, it's all there in my article.
I want so much more Daily Planet next time.
This is a situation where the trailers do kind of undercut the power of this because the way they're interacting, Lois and Clark, is you wouldn't think they're together.
Yeah.
You know, and like, he's under the disguise, the traditional Superman. So it kind of undercuts the reveal.
Yes, but I do love it in movie how they
movie,
set up.
but
Yeah,
I'm saying it's a
The
weird
trailer
trailer versus movie comparison.
You show me what ties there are between Moravia and this.
seeing the three of them together, I want. That's the one thing I've got about the movies. I want more Planet.
It's funny that you keep getting all these interviews with Superman, Clark.
I don't think there's anything funny about good journalism, Lois.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, because they intentionally directed this to make it look like she doesn't know he's Superman.
But that's the thing he talks about in their arguments.
Yeah. They're having fun.
Yeah.
But because they like so much in the press rounds, they revealed it.
It is a different tone.
Yeah.
Ultraman. You created this man.
All this shit reminds me of RoboCop.
Oh,
Yeah.
I totally see that. Yeah.
This feels like RoboCop propaganda. The media side of it. Yeah.
I think there's going to be so much with corporations. Like, I really think they're going to double down on what Luthor and Stag and all of them and the propaganda of that. I think billionaires are going to be integral to the commentary.
Even the text of Planet Watch there looks like something out of the RoboCop movie.
Big Blue stopped the war. Naive, maybe, but well-intentioned.
Well, I don't know the intentions of an unattended fire hose, General Flagg.
His droll delivery took me a beat to adjust to, but once I did, I love his Lex. But this scene, I remember being like, oh, that's the choice.
Well, it feels like a young man trying to sound like a more of a man.
Yeah.
You know?
But it's also so condescending, which I love that element of it. But I think I'm also so used to British Nick Hoult. But I think he found a very unique take that doesn't feel like Rosenbaum, that does feel as correct.
And I have proof of this, a hidden headquarters in Antarctica that violates 12 international treaties. Shouldn't all that be more than enough reason for Planet Watch to at least bring the Kryptonian in for question?
And I see how you'd fall for this line of questioning. Like, it's a very effective strategy to turn people on Superman.
Superman is popular. Less so every day, according to Chatter Online.
Not to mention the potential risk of failing to...
Monkey bots.
Secretary,
Yeah.
we can contain him.
I never quite picked up on the nuance of the delivered less so for turning it online, like, because he's
the one narrative. And that is such a topical problem. Like I was saying with our box office conversation, optics are as important as anything right now.
3 months ago, we had our first date. And so to celebrate, I am making you your favorite. Breakfast for dinner.
That's your favorite.
The premiere, all the catering was breakfast for dinner, which was cheeky. I liked it. And immediately the most chemistry I've seen in a Superman adaptation since Smallville.
I remember being so like, they're really just making out right now.
Because we don't show affection in movies anymore, like especially superhero fare. And Lois and Clark are like a central cornerstone.
You're giving me guff for my article? Jimmy was eating it up.
It's weird how weird it is to see affection, especially compared to movies from decades pre-90s.
Ethically, these interviews are hugely problematic. I mean, you literally know the questions in advance.
Okay, so I'll let you interview.
I like how much she means that line.
Yeah. And we're getting so much exposition, forwarding the plot while showing chemistry. Like, this is such good writing.
You'd let me interview you as Superman.
Sure.
This was the moment I was like, oh, I'm not seeing Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. And that had been a concern for me because I love that show.
Ready?
Let's do it, Cronkite.
This is the best scene in the movie.
Yeah, favorite. This is when I was like, oh, I did what he did.
Today, the Secretary of Defense said he was going to look into your actions in Bravia.
My actions? I stopped a war.
Maybe.
Not maybe. I did.
Okay. How?
What brilliant act. Like, you could just feel the defenses like starting small and just growing.
And that's how fights are with couples, but also how this would go narratively.
Because a lot of fights you're trying to avoid fighting.
Right.
Yeah.
Did you interact at all with the president of Bravia, Vasil Gurkos?
That was between us.
This is all on the record.
Yeah, but that conversation was between the two of us.
I would ask that question whether or not I knew the answer to it.
Yeah, this is it's so cool how like Lois is able to truly compartmentalize as a journalist, and Clark is not able to do that right now.
And you see how much better of a journalist she is, even though he's great.
Like, Clark's performing right now.
I told him that if he ever messes with Jarhanpur again, he'll have to personally answer to me.
What did you mean by that?
That if such events occurred, we would have a more serious discussion, that's all.
I didn't notice how much stag is in the background of all the newspapers.
I love the context of how you can imagine Superman saying that to the president of Bravia.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And it sounds like a cool, badass moment. But then when relaying the info, it sounds like, oh, you're threatening the president of Bravia.
Yeah, and he's so proud of it until he realizes, like, that's not the context.
Well, whether or not Jarhanpur is an imperfect country does not give another nation the right to
Yes, but the
invade it.
Baravian government maintains they're freeing the Jarhanpurians from a tyrannical regime.
Yes, but you know that's very silly.
What a line of dialogue and delivered.
You're being dishonest because you know as well as I do that the Baravian government is not well-intentioned.
I think that's almost certainly the case, but do I know that? No, I don't.
And I love how much this makes you question his decision, even though it is ultimately and obviously right.
Well, it challenges our societal conditioning.
Yeah.
Because the first time I watched this scene, I was like, damn, Lois Clark might be a little too arrogant.
And I used that word when we talked about it the first time, and I never saw the word that strongly, but I totally see it now on rewatch.
Yeah.
But I liked that Lois made me question like what Superman would have to deal with politically today.
I wasn't representing anybody except for me
around the world, more
myself,
than a war that lasted between 12 and 24 hours and was just...
The editing of this scene does not get enough credit too.
Oh, yeah. They're talking over each other and then what shots they use and what person you're connecting to in a moment. Because the movie can't take off without this scene.
People were going to die.
See, when he shouts that people are going to die, I think that really connects to that whole scene behind the scenes of James Gunn when he was telling him about the monologue to Lex Luthor.
Yeah.
Of like, that shows when he is human.
And this whole sequence focused on the man, not the super, and that's what the movie feels like.
This is on the record, Superman.
Okay, well, not the part where I said that.
Yes, that part.
No, that part was an aside. That was off the record.
You have to say off the record beforehand, not after.
I love how she
like this.
hates the lack of respect for real journalism.
Yeah,
Gosh,
and he's got
hates it.
front page, like, yeah, because of him being Superman.
And he cuts corners and stuff, yeah.
People on social media are suspicious because you are an alien, yes?
Yes. I've been very honest about that from the beginning.
This slight twinge of music and also addressing this up front.
My parents, they sent me here as a baby to save my life.
Here, where?
I'm not going to say that. You know I'm not going to say that.
I didn't pick up like how in that first scene he tells him to shut up when it's about his parents.
Mm-hmm.
And then here, Lois, he gets the most like imperative of, I am not going to say that, you know?
Yeah. You get to feel his loneliness a lot in the first act.
They sent a message along with me. That message is why I do what I do. I cherish it more than anything.
And the betrayal of that message hurts so much when you realize how much it affects him.
I'm not walking out of an interview.
No,
I'm just,
this
it's
is
late.
what you do every time you're faced with
I'm not
conflict. You
doing
get
anything.
mad.
Look, I gave you a nice long interview. Longer than I ever gave myself.
I knew this would never work.
Oh, man, that is so painful.
What does that mean?
I told you I wasn't good at relationships.
You got to find a guy who is just comes across like so good-hearted because he carries all this power.
Yeah.
You can't feel at once that he is at all threatening, even when he's getting upset. You know,
There's no malice. There's no offensiveness.
Yeah.
He's just broken and hurt.
Where Lois can even feel comfortable to get upset back at
Yeah.
her own reasonable pitch.
He was right ahead. But how are we going to gain access?
That was the biggest indicator. Too big of a clue.
Yeah, this is definitely the moment where I was like, okay, I assume I got the rest of the movie sorted with this character. But I do like the bravado and braggadocio of Lex Luthor in that moment because he knows exactly what's going to happen before. So we get to be like,
Oh my, I do apologize, but this is a restricted area.
Oh, that shot there in the shadows.
Can we talk?
and seeing what Superman could be through Ultraman in this scene.
I'm conflicted about this moment so much because I like seeing her powers.
Yeah.
Specifically when we go to the Lex moments.
Him just cruising through it?
Yeah, I like the idea of Lex, but it just, something looks kind of like fake to me when we go to the Lex part. But maybe I'll play differently now. Yeah, there's something, like, especially that moment, too non-flinching with fucking sparks and shit. Like, I don't know.
It is really close to him, and he's a human being. I see why. I agree with you. Woo! This broke me in the theater, man.
The amount of audible gasps I heard.
Yeah. How could they?
Superman. He's not a man. He's an it. A thing with a cocky grin and a stupid outfit that's somehow become the focal point of the entire world's conversation.
He's so Lex. I wanted him to be Superman so bad, and then I was so happy with this performance.
Well, his delivery here is so different than when he's in the boardroom. Like,
Yeah.
This feels like this is the real him.
This is him in control, not trying to pander and play a game.
Don't worry. I'm creating a distraction.
I like how it's from day to night because it shows just how big of a distance it is.
And again, I would have loved the days of the week to give us even more of an impact of time passing, and that would have landed more knowing this is the same day. If we knew the other days were different days.
Yeah. Or even if it was a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, but if it was like day 1, day 2, day 3 to keep
Issue
up with
1,
the
issue
three.
2 would have felt like, you
But
know.
if they were doing the threes with the
Oh,
days,
yeah,
like
yeah.
day 1, day 2, day 3, that would be cool. There is something like really
What?
like a xenomorph sexual.
Oh,
Yeah.
100%. There's like a hentai tentacle thing going on with this character. Yeah, this is like full animatrix. And I agree with Maria's headcanon. Her and Lex, they be boning.
Got it.
Yeah, especially after reading the Lex Luthor Man of Steel comic.
Yeah,
You definitely
100%.
Yeah.
Making that a kid first was...
Brilliant idea, yeah. The way how the Jurassic World movies are like, they're animals, they're
Yeah,
animals.
remember this and one,
Yeah.
and the speed again. A day transition here, but yeah, the speed of this.
Yeah. This is a thing compared to the trailer that I think is really cool. Because in the trailer, you think it's just some villainous creature.
Right.
But in the movie, you immediately go, oh, it's not that. It's just an animal.
He's just a kid.
Get out of here.
The one time he uses the freeze breath. I even like the way he talks to the dog, as if the dog is an equal.
Right? Yeah, it's a really good point.
Get out of here.
Come on.
Look at Superman unnecessarily destroying the seat.
Property damage.
He doesn't need to do all this.
He just came out.
You could have just go, yeah.
Any point.
He's unnecessarily destroyed. Been left around. Big belly burger.
Yeah, I want to watch this for
I thought
DC building Easter eggs.
I thought that was Markiplier the first time I watched.
Oh, I could totally see that. My little sister loves him. He's a YouTuber actually now.
Everybody okay?
I love that. His first concern is them. I love that.
The whole scene is playing defense, and I really don't feel like that's talked about enough. There is no offense in this entire sequence. And that's Superman. Like, Superman's a firefighter, Batman's a cop.
This is really cool. This is so cool. That is awesome seeing it.
Yeah. Every time he lands in, like, what do the kids call it? Aura mining. He just, like, holds a moment.
Love that. Goes into the sun, descends.
And controlled, and, like, he's really just navigating it. Oh, it's the best.
Whoa. He broke that woman's ribcage just now.
And I love that we saw them on the TVs earlier in our first introduction is this scene. I thought this would be the first scene of the movie or early.
Everybody clear the area.
Kaiju looks great.
And I love like the added, you immediately, just the way he delivers that line, it immediately conveys the difference in attitude and approach of the heroes.
Yeah, how they see the regular people. And this is how you honor, like, this is such a great Reeve nod.
I did not realize that was him.
Will Reeve, yeah, man.
I didn't know that was him the first 2 times I watched it.
Yeah, Will Reeve being, like, passing the torch that way, I think it's a beautiful honor.
This was not considered of the other humans.
If Ma and Pa are my supporting MVPs, my lead MVP, Mr. Terrific, every scene.
Yeah, boy.
This really does look like a comic book.
It really does.
I've been trying to figure out a way to get it out of here alive. Get it someplace where we can study it.
Oh, come on, man.
What?
Go for inside!
Eddie's physicality is not talked enough either. Like, he has to navigate moving in that thing. Every time he's in an action scene, he does the most efficient choice. Every move he makes is thinking and efficiency, and it's so great to see.
Nah, I didn't realize there were mitts.
Yeah.
I made giant oven mitts.
I totally missed that line. I love this shot, but I don't get why this little girl is here.
She was just looking down,
like all
hanging
that
out.
happening, and like that's another moment. Like the trailer moment is so good, but in the movie, I'm like, why is she just like
she could have been walking
casually, like
something.
so unbothered by this?
This hurts every time I see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that moment.
Every life matters.
That moment made so many people like fall in love with him.
Yes, it's Superman. And the juxtaposition of saving a squirrel and killing him in the same shot, like, that's the transition. And I love that Mr. Terrific's the one that starts to see the error in the ways after this beat.
He doesn't. It's weird. Like, this is the one scene where he uses his freeze breath and he uses his X-ray vision, but he doesn't really use those. I don't think he uses those powers at all in the movie, right? It's the only time he uses it.
Yeah, freeze breath, and yeah.
Kind of wish that was weaved in a little more.
The street signs, by the way, were Jurgens, Wade, like iconic comic writers.
Cool.
Like Jurgens, the guy that killed Superman. Wade is an iconic writer.
How's it going with that guy you were seeing? You were saying you weren't sure about it?
Why did she get a poster? Because
She's an important character. Like, they just, only had so much planet time.
Texture of that looks real here.
I was hoping we could capture it and take it to an intergalactic zoo, or at least euthanize it less painfully.
World building.
Bro, don't be such a wuss. Hey, just another day in the life of the Justice Gang.
Not our name?
Apparently, the original take of that was "Don't be such a pussy," and he goes, "Language," and he goes, "I said don't be."
Oh yeah, I heard about
and
that.
And there's some scenes I would love to see the alts of.
Why is nobody clapping?
This feels like assault. Like to see this exposure happen, like it feels so invasive.
Oh
you
yeah,
know?
Yeah. It feels definitely like exposure to the world.
Not assault, violating.
That makes more sense.
Yeah.
Forensic computer techs have confirmed the validity of the footage itself.
Any chance they're mistaken? Unfortunately, no.
I like how they start with Lex being the one, so you have that moment of like, did he manipulate it? And then we have the behind the scenes moment of him saying like, I didn't even have to. Like, I think it's really good to make it clear, but have that duplicitousness for Lex.
And that hope is you, Kal-El. We have searched the universe for a home where you can do.
Is that the actual actress's voice?
I don't think so.
People there are simple and profoundly confused. Weak of mind and spirit and body.
Dispatch of anyone unable or unwilling to serve you, Kal-El. Take as many wives as you can so your genes and Krypton's might and legacy will live on in this new frontier.
Hell yeah. I think they should have gone down that Red Sun plot. I want that alt movie. Bring Zack Snyder back. Let's go there.
He's grooming us, lulling us into complacency so he can dominate without resistance, forging a path for his superpowered descendants to rule the earth.
Omni-Man.
Such a great way to just hit every beat of insecurity.
You seem upset. I'm scared.
I mean, I think this drives home the immigrant allegory so well.
So clearly.
He's an alien, but he looks just like us.
Yeah.
You know, like, and that's how we treat immigrants. Not all of us, but a good part of our country does.
Yeah.
That like, oh, they're just humans.
The things they're doing to mess up our country, it's very clear.
And the way you quickly turn.
Yeah.
Secret harem?
No, Guy, of course I don't have a harem.
If any of that message is even remotely true, then you are exactly the kind of alien threat I was commandeered by the Green Lantern Corps to protect this planet.
I love how comic-y it is to have a green over everything with the lighting.
Make a move, bleed blue.
I feel like he doesn't understand the idea. Guy Gardner is like, dude, aliens are the ones who are telling you to do this.
I know there's computer forensics guys. They're not going to say it's legit unless they are sure. I'm so sorry, man.
Oh, the heartbreak in his face.
Where'd they get the footage, though?
Seeing like, then the movie becomes about him finding his own belief system.
And I love that his arc in the movie is like finding a way to be sure of himself. Like you don't see that arc a lot. Like he doesn't have to change. He just accepts.
Like a very personal aside that I had a conversation with my wife about is like, what does family mean to us? Or what does family mean to you? And having this discussion because like I've been conditioned to be like, if you're blood, you're family, and then you forgive a lot just because you're blood. And then I'm beginning to realize like, why is there all this weird emphasis on just because we shared the same blood when really that has nothing to do, like you're adopted.
Yeah.
You know?
But I've always called the guy that raised me dad.
Yeah, and family is what we determine as family, but we put so much more emphasis on like genetics.
I think most people do, and I was lucky to not, because I think it's really a dangerous slippery slope, because then you forgive people you don't know as well as people you do know.
You give passes, you justify, all in the name of blood.
Something that you have no actual, it's nature.
When literally there's nothing to do with it. And so like, I mean, there's more context to that. He's built this whole Superman identity off of it, but I like how this is about, you know, you really are choosing your family. Like these people, at the end of the day, Jor-El and Laura are not his biological parents, but they're not his real parents.
And that's why I like the decision to not. I mean, they might, retcon it. I doubt they would, but like making Brainiac make the message. Like I like the idea that in this canon, that is his making a decision to have Ma and Pa be the people that are raising him. He's making his own decisions. Like, and then the Ma and Pa's speech that comes up is, you make the decision. Parents don't make decisions for you. And I think it's really, that's the arc of the film. And this movie hit me so hard because, I was born in Virginia in a double wide, and that's very much Ma and Pa. And then like my dad is not my bio dad, but he's the man that raised me. And so I have all these things that like I relate to. That's such a stronger message than like I do as I'm told.
Yeah.
Like,
exactly.
And I think it's a really important thing for people to know, especially when it comes to the big subjects like immigration and a tradition and what people expect. You need to be able to decide what right and wrong is. Like there are so many laws that are wrong, and there are so many things that people say to do that aren't moral or just. And that's one of the reasons I'm as anti fill in the blank here as I am, because I like to make my own decisions. And I think if I was raised where it's like do as you're told, I wouldn't be my own person.
Very well said.
So I think that's what this movie is about to me and why I love it so much.
You buying this?
I don't put anything past Luthor, Rick, but the message is authentic.
I do wish there was some factoring in of Creature Commandos. So that way it creates a tad bit of
a line of dialogue of like when you got out of the hospital.
Yeah.
Because last time we saw dude, he was laid up.
So that way you understand like why he might be in defense of metahumans.
Yeah.
Like
a line about it.
Yeah.
I agree. That vexed me.
Boravia wants to save the people of Jahanpur, and Superman wants to keep them enslaved.
60-degree weather here.
Nice.
He finds Boravian women the most physically attractive.
Such a smart tack.
And wants to add them to his secret harem.
This movie taught me what harem is.
That blew my mind when you told me that in our first review.
I had to ask my wife.
She was probably so proud. She's like, my wholesome husband.
Bili ste tako zgodni I dinamični. Odlično. Pravi melem za oči uši. Vrlo zgodne.
I like him having this like his own score and like the energy this whole scene gives. I think this was such a good subplot.
He's talking about harems, and then he has his people who work for him, specifically a woman too, like praising his looks and stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he's so despicable in every action after. They make sure this man is clearly the bad guy.
When guys have hair like that, I don't get why they just don't go bald.
Dude,
just go bald.
Yeah.
Just go bald. It's not a big deal.
No, just do it.
Why are you holding? What are you holding on to?
Yeah. Certainly a look.
You know, this it just dawned on me. I appreciate the choice of music with it because you got like kind of like a heavy, dark punk rock tune to demonstrate when you're with like the bad guys, but then like Superman is the opposite in his punk rock aesthetic.
Uplifting and that's a good point.
It's not fake.
He is here to kill us.
So even Lex says it's not fake. Every single this movie goes out. I did not understand that everyone being like, I'm a Jor-El truther.
Oh my boy.
Right? Yeah. I've been thinking of opening one in my half of Jarhanpur.
Love that way of finding out about his goal and also Lex being humanized for a moment with a donut.
How did Luthor get in here? It's keyed into my DNA.
Must protect Superman.
How much we ended up caring for Gary is impressive.
This is, out of the 3 shirts, this is by and large the biggest selling one. Like,
we love Gary.
Sweeps.
That's so funny. I also like that we're wearing each of our favorite shirts of Superman rejects because this is my favorite.
Crypto?
The sweeping shots to use the cape so well really make capes seem plausible and cool in this universe, and that should also get some love because capes usually look ridiculous. Finding out that he has media in his pocket in this sequence.
Oh, I never put that together.
Sitting down with the guy.
Really?
When he talks behind the mug, it's inspired by that scene in Prisoners where he mutters under his breath. Yeah.
Oh, damn.
It's something Nick and I had talked about, and then seeing it, I was like, that is genius.
He's just a dog.
Right here.
I don't know what dog you're talking about. Ugly dog in a cape.
So he loves Prisoners and wanted to have that in there, so they added that little beat.
Oh, that is so funny.
You heard what he said. You heard it.
It's effective.
He took him.
I mean, it seems to me.
Wow, the way they can do media manipulation is so topical.
Immediacy.
Ever since the discovery of the Kryptonians' master plan, he's gone off the deep end. Thoughts, Chris?
Can't say I'm surprised. Chris.
Yes, this was such a big pop in the theater. That's how you shared universe right there. Like I love that it's a tiny detail. It's 30 seconds.
Like jerks. You know what I mean? A lot of these guys.
How do you feel that he doesn't like actually participate in the fight?
I personally love that it shows how often things like this happen. To me, this is just like, it's not only is it the suit up shot that I personally love that the internet hated, but it shows it's like another day at the office. Like he is, this is what
he doesn't
the world
need to be
is.
involved in this task. Yeah.
He even says it out loud, like it's just a fifth dimensional imp. Because he can't be everywhere. And that shows, and then it's got a cool visual.
You were out there helping them?
Oh, no, that's just some dimensional imp. They've got that handled. I was looking for the dog.
I think it's specifically funny.
Yeah, I love it. But the trailers made it look like
But that's what I love.
This must be some giant villain they got you dead
More
with.
misleading trailers, man, because then you get to enjoy the movie. Yeah. I want Spider-Man to just lie to me until it comes out. Like, I want to love the movie.
I'm not here to rule over anybody, Lois.
I never thought you were, even for a moment, Clark.
Even in this really emotional scene, humanizing him with Coco, like, there's never a scene that doesn't remind you Clark is a guy.
We're so different. I was just some punk rock kid from Bakerline, and you're Superman.
I'm punk rock. Stranglefellows and the PODs and the Mighty Crabjoys.
Those are pop radio bands. They're not punk rock.
One of my favorite pieces of journalism I've ever done is accidentally predicting the entire third act of Punk Rock Superman because I had no idea. And like, that's how I see the character. And now I'm getting it. It's amazing.
Trust everyone and think everyone you've ever met is like beautiful.
Maybe that's the real punk rock.
Yeah.
This in the theaters. This is the first time I cried. Yeah, that got me big.
I think this was the first time I cried. I cried 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
It really messed me up, this movie.
You knew this would never work.
I don't know.
And it like kind of cemented like this is gonna be my favorite Superman. Yeah.
I'm gonna go.
You can feel where they cast Clois in all of their scenes. Like, this is such good chemistry.
Maybe they'll take me wherever they took the dog. I don't know how else to find him.
It's a dog.
Yeah, and he's not even a very good one, but he's out there alone.
Aw.
Probably scared.
There's so many lines that just cement him as Superman.
I mean, he's immovable in his morals.
Yeah, he's getting arrested to find a dog that isn't that good of one.
Like, I think you buy into people when you know their whys, when you know their beliefs, and I think this movie truly showcases his beliefs.
And repeatedly shows you to trust him.
Yeah. And like the honesty there, just saying, I love you, Lois. And then to make this look like a firework backdrop in a way, or like ultraviolet rays in backdrop.
And it establishes a tone of the universe every scene. Like, that's going to give us a way to digest the Pocket Universe.
I actually think this cut was effective to not do like a Tuesday. Still would have been cool, actually, day 3. They did that.
Yeah, because then it's the next day. Yeah.
Still would have been
The
cool.
Wade Street.
There it is, yeah.
Mark Wade, genius. Thank you for your work.
The government is very well aware of potential limitations detaining you, so we've outsourced your confinement and your interrogation to Planet Watch.
Planet Watch.
Frank Grillo doesn't get enough love for how good he is at exposition that should be taken badly. He's such a good, here's a dense bit of dialogue, super comic-y, delivered by a tough guy.
Have you seen the Purge movies?
No.
He's incredible in those, and the 2 he's in.
We should react for Halloween, if anyone else hasn't seen him. I've never seen him.
Let's see if someone else has
I think those are Halloween-y, right?
Yeah, definitely. No, they take over Halloween Horror Nights every year.
This is the only scene I didn't like his suit because I realized with his arms behind his back, I was like, I love Trunks, but Trunks look odd when you don't have arms. Ashley! My friend Ashley. I'm so proud of her. Did they cut there's one line of dialogue I didn't like in this movie, and I just remembered it. Did they cut the scene where Maria says, like, you know how much I've sacrificed, I've given up my humanity for this?
What? I don't even know what that line is.
The scene when they're in the Fortress of Solitude, right before she goes up and hovers, she says, like, you know how much I'm dedicated to this, I gave up my humanity.
Talked over it?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Twice
I'm
in
out
2
on a look.
days. What a pleasure.
Mr. Handsome.
Is this a creature? That character?
He is not a comic character. He is canonically the first clone that Lex Luthor made, and he was so proud of his creation. There's a picture of him on his desk in the office.
Oh, damn. Cool.
So Mr. Handsome is his first, I'm accomplishing my dreams.
I'm able to access it from multiple dimensional portals I've set up around the globe.
I also love the supervillain monologue, and immediately it described why, because he's not going to leave there ever, and he's just so proud and boasting.
He can metamorphose into any known substance, even substances foreign to this planet.
Also, that delivery of Metamorphose to give him his comic name.
Kryptonite.
Metamorpho is the character, I think, in the movie that most shows comic movies can have 20 characters, and as long as they're serving their point and they can spin off, that is how you do a giant character set of movies. Because I want more Metamorpho, but I didn't feel like he didn't get enough here. I didn't think him a lot in the reviews, but he does what he needs for the movie and is interesting.
I think we often prejudge comic book movies when we see multiple characters because of other movies that have failed at it.
We were traumatized.
Yeah.
I'm saying in this new era, I think it's a more useful tool.
Yeah. That's the effect of throwing you into the world. Imagine the first time you see Star Wars. You're
Yeah.
just like, I mean, there's like a billion characters in Star
going
Wars.
on?
Yeah.
This little detail I really loved is, again, Rachel Brosnahan. She wanted to come on my HBO show, but scheduling didn't work out. But talking to her one-on-one at the trailer event, she said the favorite thing she found out about journalists was they're always so adrenaline fueled that they have to develop vices when they're not working. And so she wanted to have Lois smoke, but it had been R-rated, so she did the sugar thing, and they added that to the script so she'd have a vice that kept her at an 11.
Oh, smart. Damn.
Because journalists, they have... So when I saw that, I was like, that's a great human thing to have Lois have.
This thing of saying mutant toes with the amount of like meta-humans that we have met this whole time.
Yeah, you're like, who's that going to be?
Like, what alien creature is he hooking up with right
And it's
now?
just beautiful Sarah Sampaio.
For sure, he's in a pocket universe.
Who's your source?
I can't say, but you owe me.
Setting up Jimmy Olsen to have extraordinary supernatural womanizing abilities is such a great way to set up him in the comics. Because now this Jimmy Olsen can turn into a turtle. Like, they did it so well.
I love how like affable and blind he is to so much
He
of
just
it.
doesn't know what effect he has.
Just my monkey bots here farming outrage 24/7.
Thank you. This has helped my mental health so much, this sequence, because I know bots exist, but to have an image of them has given me such closure. I think of that scene often.
Well, how do you contain a super dog? We beam super squirrels into its brain. And we'll learn what we can, and we'll put the varmint down.
The envy and jealousy, and there's so much to this performance.
This is our private correctional institution.
Yeah, most cells are rented out to governments who want to keep their incarcerations of
political agitators.
Do you know who these cameos are? I don't know.
I was just about to say, what I hope the DC does is have little sprinkles like they do, but not fill this with characters and then have to justify them. I don't know if there are, but it doesn't feel like it's forcing them. I feel like Phase 1 through 3 Marvel did a tactful version, and now it's become like a candy where you need more.
It's a bit of a meme.
Yeah, and this doesn't feel like it's forcing us to go like pause it. But at the same time, if we see a movie later where they show one of these characters in a cage, it won't feel like we were tricked.
Yeah, that's true.
I'll be back tomorrow to get the answers we need.
I like how for how long you actually don't hear Metamorpho's voice.
Yeah.
You know, like you sell yourself that he is like some alien with probably a deep voice. You know?
And then it's that incredible delivery of like soft earnestness.
Again, it's that challenge is that idea of like judging an alien when you realize like, oh shit, they're actually kind of human.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
Yeah.
What you expect versus the reality of the situation.
Hi.
Hey, Eve.
Oh, sorry we had to meet here, but Lex is always accessing the traffic cameras.
This is kind of an underappreciated way this is shot that like, oh, there's actually slumps in Metropolis.
Yeah, a place without cameras, without lights.
I just know that if I could get some real dirt on him, then maybe the two of us
Could be together again?
He's such a bad liar.
Skyler Gisondo, man.
Who cares? There's other parts of you that people would find very attractive.
People would find.
People.
Dog the other day.
Jesus Christ. Please see what you can find out.
I love her genius of how she exposes. Like the setup of her being so dumb and like landing it is such good test marker. Because every scene we've seen, we've doubted her, and then when it lands, you're like, "That is." It's like the Metamorpho thing.
Yeah.
We assumed something of her,
which is one of James Gunn's specialties.
Yeah.
I could fly over and get him if you'd stop with the crypto.
There's no way out of here, okay? So just...
There's always a way. I said don't talk to me!
I think Anthony Carrigan plays the desperation so well.
The pleading of like underneath the threat of "don't talk to me" is the plea of like, I can't connect with you or else this is going to be hard.
Because it doesn't feel like just a hero turn. It feels like he's been desperate and finds his way.
What's it called again?
The Justice Gang.
No.
We're not called that.
Yeah, your name is Mr. Terrific. You don't get a vote with a name like that.
And a good cheeky way to like play on the names they have to use. These are the characters' names from the 50s and 40s.
Oh, there's like a Maxwell Lord in that frame there.
I did not see that until
never
you
caught it.
when
Yeah.
you pointed it. I was like, you're right. The mural on the ceiling's interesting because apparently those are characters and a few of them have been cast. And I'm really curious who they're going to turn out to be.
I know this, first of all, but second of all, you really shouldn't be telling me this in case I don't know who he is.
So you know he's Clark Kent.
I love that allows so much Clark to be in Superman. I love that he can be more Clark Kent because of these hypno glasses.
I think James Gunn said he got that from Tom King. He didn't even know that, and then I think he said Tom King told him that. Yeah,
love that man's brain.
I put nanobot GPS trackers into Superman.
See this mural?
Yeah. Oh,
like
yeah.
there's so many Golden Age heroes, and apparently some of them we'll see, some we might not. But there's some that have plans. I don't know, but I want them.
He really is in a pocket universe.
You put nanobot GPS trackers in your friend's bloodstream?
Oh, I do that to everybody.
I'm a Green Lantern, lady. That means I took a vow not to get involved in politics.
Oh, that's part of the vows.
It's implied, yeah.
An implied vow.
I'm really curious to see how Guy Gardner plays in the Lantern show.
Did you see my interview with Nathan about that?
No, I didn't.
I asked him about whether it was difficult to play in a different tone because Lanterns is so much more grounded. And he's like, as long as you know exactly who Guy Gardner is and knows who the character is, it doesn't matter what the tone of the world is, as long as you're true to who he is. And then it's on the director to like, and the way I'll send you the clip, the way he described it, like I have so much more faith in him as a long-term character because Guy Gardner does stand out like a sore thumb sometimes on purpose.
Yeah.
That what should be what? 348 chicks say otherwise.
But I really am excited to see the Lantern mythos grow next. Like that's soon.
I want to buy a Toyota.
A BZ?
I think we can at least check out what's going on with your boyfriend.
Also canonically Delaware now.
You want me to drive?
We'll take my ride.
The amount of Mr. Terrifics I saw at San Diego Comic-Con made me so happy.
He's a character you can actually cosplay as.
And like that jacket,
A lot
I've
of
loved
people can.
forever. And like,
You have a flying
it's real.
saucer, but you couldn't get a faster garage door.
I haven't worked on that yet.
Eddie's choice to play it so calm and so even and so intelligent instead of the name, like the irony of the name. And I love this portrayal.
I would love to see why he takes that name on.
I want the Mr. Terrific movie yesterday. Like that's my number one thing out of this.
I was gonna break up with him, actually. I mean, we had this huge fight, and he told me he loved me, and it just didn't.
You're gonna break up with him, damn.
I mean, she's established that threat. Even the last conversation, like we might not ever work.
Who are you working with here on Earth?
Tell him nothing, Superman. I have no
Damn,
family
the
or
editing
nothing.
is so well done.
Yeah.
Eating my food was a great honor, Superman. No.
Even knowing when it's gonna have it, you feel it. And the wide lens here works so well.
Who raised you as a child?
I believe in you, Superman. No. Don't tell him nothing.
Usually, like in movies, it's three. Rule
Yeah.
of three, and then to do it on the second took a lot. I think a lot of people were taken by surprise by that.
I didn't imagine that would go so quickly.
Even Lex. And that response, it tells us everything we need.
No humanity.
I'll be back later with someone else you've chatted with, and I'll kill them too.
Maybe that reporter you always do interviews with. Maybe I'll kill Clark Kent next.
I love how untouchable Lex is with like the government backing, the billionaire, like all these things, and like the casualness of who raised you, who do I kill next? Like that's such a good villain. Because it's means to an end.
I feel like he would have been able to tell Superman and Clark are the same person.
Hypno glasses.
I know, but I feel like he has the resources.
I mean, if that's going to be your problem, I don't know if Superman's the character for you, Greg. I love we could have a movie flaw
Not for that.
there.
Like, I feel like he would have put it together. I think he would have like been able to, the amount he can pull off. He can pull off a fucking pocket dimension.
If that's going to be your problem, I'm not sure. The song choice. I've listened to this band so much more. Their hit single was actually not this song. They've got a single most people know, and like the use of the song here.
I didn't know this song until this movie.
God, I love this song. This and Iggy Pop, man, they're killing it.
DNA trail leads to that tent.
I'll send you their main single. You'll know it. It's a great band.
Love how these look like the prototypes for Lex's suit that he
And
will
the color,
eventually
right?
get. Yeah.
The purple green. The implication that it's music for her in the bubble makes me so happy to like keep her calm.
Yeah.
Like that's my headcanon of like, this is inside the bubble audio. And the choreography here is insane.
It's cool that like Terrific is fearless here. You know, like he's outside of the bubble when he theoretically could probably handle a lot of this within the bubble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is one of the scenes where I was talking about the efficiency of his moves. If you look at what Eddie's doing, every move is like tactically smart. So it's using his brain physically. Everything he does is low energy, low impact. Later in the movie when he's riding Crypto, I noticed like he uses the momentum of that in every sequence. It's really cool. Woo!
It's a great moment. This is an example of how to take a character where, you know, something might look goofy as shit and then just show how actually badass he is and cooler than the other two he actually kicks it with.
That's the coolest I've ever seen T-Spheres.
Yeah.
And the efficiency, like he's probably calculating calories and expenditure, like they show that.
And I love how there's a combination of like horror and awe in Lois's face during that sequence.
Yeah.
Showing that she's, you know, as much of a journalist as she is, she's not really in the middle of the danger a lot.
You will have a black hole where Earth used to be.
I think we're going to see more of that from the different billionaires. I think we'll see Lord Tech have some elements. I really feel like the companies in this universe are going to be important.
I would love to see like Terrific and Lex interact.
Yeah. A battle of minds.
You just killed that poor guy.
His name was
I didn't do anything.
And I like that doing good is what gets Metamorpho. Like, it's an act of good breaks good.
Son, right?
Like, killing Mally was a bridge too far, and he knows he needs to do the right thing. That's really great way to make a hero.
Especially when you feel helpless, but you know you can actually help.
Yeah. I wonder if Ultraman will become Zard in long game.
Mm-hmm. It must be the sun. I get my powers from the yellow sun. Give me a second.
I love that specification. The yellow sun.
Mm-hmm.
You know, which becomes very important as, you know,
yeah,
the different types of suns. Especially as we go into Supergirl.
Yeah, the red sun drinking.
Who becomes more vulnerable, yeah, because she's away from the yellow sun.
And it's interesting that Metamorpho can create something close enough. Talking to Anthony Carrigan, he said he studied a lot of like biochemistry and he really wanted to know the actual ways the science would work before visualizing something. So he was doing the math in his head, which I thought was cool.
Oh, amazing.
I can't make a sun.
I know.
I can only make something.
There's some deliveries I totally forgot about.
I know.
Deuterium. And we got helium.
So yeah, Anthony learning the science, I think that really enhanced this.
I love when they demonstrate the intelligence before the power.
And every actor I talked to, they really invested in all of the backstory. Like even like smaller characters like Kat Grant figured out what her favorite movies would be and what her articles would be and what she'd want to write about, juxtaposing Lombard. And Lombard had an idea of like what he was like in high school and what he carried on. Like,
oh damn, that's crazy.
Like they really love these characters. This is one of the most comic booky sequences. I cannot believe it actually exists. Comic accurate eyes for a bit.
Yeah, whenever they do comic accurate eyes in movies now, they have to be like outside of Wolverine and Deadpool and Wolverine. That has to be sort of like technological reason.
Well, I feel like it doesn't convey emotion.
Yeah.
Like it's hard to get emotion with white eyes. Like it's a very comic thing.
Joey!
I love how like compared differently because in the beginning of the movie, he has to get hit with the sun to really heal, right? They zero in. But you can still see here that because he's not getting direct sunlight, that he's not fully.
He's not fully. Yeah, they keep him sweaty and disheveled.
Yeah, the way he like operates, he's kind of sloppy a little bit.
Yeah, like he looks like he has a cold there.
Oh God! What is that?
Portal's been open too long. We can't stand here much longer.
Like these images are full on like 40s comics. Once they're in this pocket universe, it is nuts. The use of Z-axis in the scene to be disorienting and like to show the power of flying, but the baby's always safe. Like Superman sacrificing anything for the baby.
Kill him, he's still weak!
Aw, Crypto. You don't get enough credit. What an interesting backstory. Like it makes you like. I like when they plop you into a character because then you start to wonder what their backstory is.
Well, and Stag Industries is how he exists, and we've seen so much Stag. And we met the Metal Men and Creature Commandos. Those tie together.
Oh,
there's more laser vision. Yeah. And he used it in the final fight when he does the spin. He used it a fair amount.
No, it was more the breath.
The breath
X-ray.
I don't think we see a lot.
Breath of the X-ray vision.
Yeah.
He used the breath here, right?
Yeah, to push away. And Stake's big enough for Superman. Like, I love that.
You see, I'm used to seeing the powers in use of fighting, but he doesn't. Like, there's
defense.
There's powers here where he only uses it for other purposes outside of fighting.
And I love that it takes Metamorpho, Crypto, like the breath. Like, this is comics.
This is a very comic booky moment, yeah.
Man, what a shot.
It's a very underrated shot.
Matter and antimatter and a black hole and so much. And then to land this next line of dialogue is such a good writing feat on a script. This must have felt so good to type. All of this action and then what Mr. Terrific says to land it.
Do you have them?
Them. Superman, the mean dog in a cape, a weird baby, and a squiggle man.
What?
Like, what a button on a great scene.
T-spheres are like children.
There's more people being held prisoner in there. We gotta go get them.
Whoa. Not through here.
Oh,
You can't.
yeah.
Always.
Like this.
And he doesn't?
You can't?
I know, but I'm like, later on in the movie, he doesn't even do it.
But they get out.
There's stuff I forgot.
I remember on Twitter being like, oh, is he really Superman if you left her in the pocket universe? I'm like, there's a whole scene of them getting out. He does make sure they get out. I love the sadness of Mr. Terrific here and like him going back to save because it like I want to see his origin where they get into his family and losing his wife and kid. Like I think they will, but there's a sadness under his performance I think is really great.
You'd think Crypto's weight would be like
so heavy.
Yeah, causing. But Crypto's being sensitive right now.
I love how petulant he is when he doesn't get his way.
Eve, get out of here, you idiot! Go! Move!
That was the moment. The unforgivable pencil throw.
It's domestic violence at that moment.
Suddenly it's like a...
We need...
Dare he throw a pencil at me?
What are you doing?
They did establish she's not the sharpest tool.
She is smart, but not street smart. She's got smarts.
And Ultraman has like the super hearing.
Yeah.
So I feel like he would have heard all this already.
But we've established he isn't smart, but there is a line. The bait and switch, it's only for a couple minutes, but looking at the photos and being like, oh, what a waste. And then the reveal I thought was really solid.
Eve was intentionally like actually gathering intel. Yeah, all right.
That's what I mean, she had them saved as Luthor Corp pics. Like she sent them as a group of photos.
Okay.
And she also said, I've got enough to take them out.
I'm Martha. This is John. I'm Lois.
Give her credit. I love that she's like, this is scene and Ma introduces herself because she's so polite. Like, I love Ma and Pa so much.
They sent me here to rule over. They sent me here to kill people.
Clark. That ain't.
She wanted to say that ain't true. Or, oh man, the Mighty Crabjoy poster. That's they actually played at Comic-Con. That song, and it's the members of this incredible band, and then Lulu Saffron, Peter Saffron's daughter, who's a great singer, right there in the front, who actually is a great singer and sings the song the Crabjoys play in this.
I love how like he's so private about his parents and keeping them safe. And this is like she's taking in how he became how Clark became Clark just from looking at his bedroom. Like it's painting a picture.
Yeah, and the production design is...
Yeah.
Your hot ex is a genius.
Skyler.
If we can't find him, we'll need to draw him out.
The pure evil of just intentionally mass destroying. Like he's such a universal scale villain.
Yeah, because it's not about like taking over the world what he's doing right now, you know? And that's what a lot of these like giant set pieces usually go towards.
And I love the reveal of like, I started a whole war just to get to you. And he sets all that up throughout this.
Yeah, he creates baits.
Yeah. And he's thinking so far ahead. Like this is chess. He knows all the dangers. He accounted for it.
Chess is always like a nuclear bomb, though.
There. Superman won't be able to ignore that. Now we know where he'll be next.
Oh, with the rooster crow and everything. A touch of his farm life. Like this is, I feel like this whole movie is about getting to know Clark. So there's so much of people being like, I wish we had more time with Clark Kent. People say it all the time. And I'm like, this is the most I feel like I've ever known Clark.
I want more Daily Planet, but I feel like Clark is in the whole movie.
Yeah, they want the journalist. I get it. But this shot is in the trailer, but no crypto.
Oh, that's cool. The line later about the cows getting set up here is great. And I love the earthiness of just planting your feet. Like, I love that he's barefoot. I love the farmer energy and, like, the sun and the earth and all that recharging him.
Never seen you sleep that long.
This was when I big cried.
Yeah.
That Luann, she seems nice.
Lois. Her name's Lois.
I love that we finally got a Ma and Pa that feel like a Ma and Pa.
Message that my parents sent with me. I had never heard the second half before.
What you wanted that message to mean says a whole lot more about you than what anyone meant for it to mean.
Yeah, exactly.
Parents aren't for telling their children who they're supposed to be. We are here to give y'all tools, help you make fools of yourselves all on your own.
That's why I like that he makes mistakes in this movie.
Choices, your actions, that's what makes you who you are.
It's not who you are underneath, but what you do.
I'm more proud of you.
It must have been such a catharsis moment for James Gunn to write.
Yeah, and knowing he like wrote it, you know, this movie, he said his dad, like, it was so important to him, and then to release it when he did and everything else, like, that's really beautiful.
Now, nearby villagers are willing and ready to defend their country despite the exponentially
He's
superior
such a
firepower
child. He's eating
of
Fruity
the
Pebbles.
well-trained Moravian
Yeah, something so funny about having a glass of milk and Fruity Pebbles. And this scene actually hit for me harder in the movie than the trailer. This is one of the ones I'm going to go the opposite of like what we talked about earlier. Like this scene really hit. And I was so in the movie, I forgot about it.
You're surrounded by the military. Moravian presence.
See, I love these little moments where you get a taste of their home life.
Yeah.
Shit like this just humanizes them.
Well, there's
Even
like
though-
hawk eggs
Yeah,
posters. Like she's Hawkgirl, and there's eggs in her art.
Even though you don't really get to know her that well, and she's definitely the most underwritten out of the three, you get an idea of her though. And I like that Superman doesn't save them because it drives home the idea of like the symbolism of Superman too. And then other people come in to act.
Go get him.
And he can't be everywhere. That's such a Superman moment you have to decide.
And if the theme is about the actions that you take, like then you Justice Gang is then inspired by Superman. The idea is to drive home like we also can take actions that will do better for humanity.
And that we need friends and we need to not rely on ourselves at all times. People hate this turtle shot. I like it.
Turtle shot? Why? Why do they hate it?
Because they're like, oh, they're a waste of 10 seconds of the movie. I'm like, this woman clearly cares about this turtle and it's showing how all life is valuable, just like the squirrel shot. Again, I got on back on Twitter for this movie. It was foolish. It was better when I was off Twitter.
I wonder how far Gotham is from here.
Yeah, I hope it's not across the river like some continuities where it's like, whoop.
Does this tear in the fabric of reality affect beyond Metropolis?
I think they stop it just at, but that would be interesting next film.
Able to connect with our contact at Boda
I love Beck's portrayal
Luthor's been
here.
selling arms to Gurkos for pennies on the dollar for years. He did it in exchange for half of Jarhanpur.
At first, I thought Eve was just sending me selfies, but background of the shots are maps, contract, all kinds of documents chronicling Baravia's agreement to cede half of the country to Lex Luthor once the invasion is complete.
I'm so glad they let Perry White chomp on a cigar without it being R-rated.
Well, this movie establishes that we're not in our world. This is an alternate world. And like
100%.
Even with like Perry White being like, you still got that flying saucer? You know?
Yeah, this is life.
Create a technologically advanced utopia.
Utopia?
There's a profit factor as well. I mean, the petroleum deposits alone are worth multiples.
Because a lot of times with the Superman story, it's not that there's been 300 years of metahumans and all that. It's like Superman is their introduction to something larger than life, you know. But these guys have grown up in a world
where this just happened, and that's why the imp's so important.
Yeah,
I think that, and that also sets up a DCU very differently.
Buckle up, kids.
Why don't I have a seat?
Why don't I have a seatbelt is one of my favorite deliveries in the movie.
I always thought that's Sanctum Centaur.
Wrong universe.
We gotta go, man!
Otis.
It's crazy.
So
they
calm and controlled.
have Otis here. It's like, no one ever brings that up. Otis is like the Jimmy Olsen of Batman v Superman.
And there he is the whole time.
Not sure where we're gonna land when the world is gone.
That dude in the comics is like Lex Luthor's right-hand man when it comes to cloning, and he's actually like super integral to lots of clone stuff. So when they showed him in one of the commercials, I was like, clones! Like he looks just like the comic character. This actress right here put out a really cool TikTok of her process of the first audition, the callback, and like what it was like to audition, and like just her turning around on a self-tape and then like juxtapose the actual shot landing. And it was such a cool example of like there are no small parts. So kudos to this actress.
It's a little performance like that that sells this whole moment.
Yeah, like you don't get this shot without that shot.
Details matter.
There's a code to close the rift, but it's too complicated to hack.
Luthor will have the code. Give me a minute, I'll get crypto and we'll go.
You brought that dog, man.
Yeah, I didn't want him killing my parents' cows.
The cow playing scene.
He's so funny. He's funny in like a way that doesn't feel like he's telling jokes.
Yeah,
you know?
because it's just earnestness.
Yeah.
The use of practical in this scene is also so slept on. Like, there's so much that they actually shot. They didn't just CGI all this. Like, that's actually these actors throwing down. Because this is a lot of the stuff we saw in those spy pics way forever ago.
It's not too late for either of you. Fight A!
Always on the defense, you're right.
Every scene.
Yeah.
Such a cool shot.
It's not too late for either of you. Now I'm going to use your body.
Well, the inhumanity, yeah, there's some offense. Cool.
Oh, damn. I didn't register there was a crotch hit.
Fill his lungs and kill the son of a bitch.
And I love that Lex had a viable way to take out Superman. Like, it's an actual genius.
It's like he created her just to kill Superman.
To this point. Yeah, as planned. That look. Giddy pride. Kendrick level hater right there. And engineering a whole ass war just to get to Superman is such a... I love that Lex he does things so big that it's like preposterous and then it all lands.
I mean, the cutting back and forth really sells the stakes too for these humans because Superman's like, there's no way
Clearly
Superman
not
would
gonna make
that. So what exactly is he doing here to get rid of it? Do you understand?
I think he's going up to get them to follow him because he knew they would, and then literally freezing it so he can actually do something about it because they're going to lose oxygen before he would.
He's freezing it. That's what he's doing? Okay. And that's how he breaks it.
My interpretation.
Maintain LOS. Yes, no shit, Larry. Hurry.
Because he's losing oxygen already, so like getting them to also...
Engineer, envelop him completely.
Interesting how he like goes back and forth between Angela and Engineer. Like Engineer when he's very serious and desperate.
I hadn't noticed that. Also, the instinct might have been to go to the sun.
I didn't clock that it's frozen here.
Or maybe it's going for the impact. I could be wrong. Maybe he went for the sun, and then it's about the impact of speed. Because you're right. I didn't look as... I thought it was frozen in theaters, but it didn't look like it crystallized.
Yeah.
So I could have been totally wrong. And they still seem in control, so maybe it's the impact.
I won't be able to sustain that impact at this speed.
No, Angela, unsheath. He's the only one protected.
Does knocking Angela out
maybe get the
thing
nanites because she's in control.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
What it is. Okay.
Took me till the fourth watch.
And they're put together.
Infrared, please.
Are those twins?
It's the first thing I said in this commentary.
Really?
Were you not listening to me,
No,
Greg?
I totally missed that.
Because it establishes clones. The first shot you see is this Lex of these two twins.
That's right.
It
Yeah,
establishes
my
clones.
bad. Yeah.
Feel like I was just talking to you, Reject Nation.
My bad. My bad. You're right. You're right. I forgot. I totally. My memory is clearly on strong display today.
Talking to myself.
The amount of stuff I have forgotten.
Calling the Raptors.
Why would you think the Raptors would do anything?
At all. I'm wondering how this reveal was for like younger audiences and people that have no awareness of Superman. Like I could never not know, I think. But I wonder what that pop was for people.
The match was imperfect. He might be even stupider than you, but easier to control.
3L.
And stronger.
Well, I like symbolically, like no matter, even though like a lot of people get caught up on whether or not they could predicted the plot reveal. Symbolically, what he represents of like controlling a Superman.
And I think you were the one that pointed it out, but I love that brain beats brawn, and then later on, Superman's brain is what beats.
Yeah.
And Ultraman plus the rift does allow for a really good, like, it couldn't get worse moment.
Does Ultraman get his power from the sun too?
If he's a clone.
I do think some of the visuals and the action stop becoming like distinct though. Like it just starts kind of blurring together a little bit.
What would you do differently?
I'm not sure. I think Zack Snyder, it happens in Snyder's movie a little bit too, actually, in Man of Steel. By the time you get to like the Zod fight. But
you've seen the stuff.
But like the Smallville fights or other moments that happen, I don't know. I don't know what you could do.
There is an anomaly at the border.
Knowing that guy was about to shoot that kid in the face is so dark. Like hearing the bullet, man. Ugh. People.
Sorry, kid. Superman couldn't make it. You got an upgrade.
So Fillion didn't know the middle fingers was going to be how the power manifested. He thought it was just going to be waves. So it wasn't until he was doing ADR that he got to see the fingers in the shot. Which I love that this is like Guy Gardner.
This is an element, though, that in a world that has had, metahumans for 300 years, I feel like governments would be prepared for inevitability.
They would have like a net, because if that long.
I'll say I like how like unsexy Hawkgirl feels. Like it's actually kind of like creepy.
Yeah, the scream is unnerving.
I'm not like Superman.
That cut, man.
I created the Baravian military conflict so I'd have an excuse to kill you.
I love how like slow he talks, like talking down
to everyone.
Yeah.
Why? Because you're destroying us!
10Y, 13B.
The writing in this whole monologue of Lex is so great because it's totally like the ego justifying jealousy and the genius of him being his biggest flaw.
You're driven by envy, Luthor. You couldn't be more obvious.
No shit. Galileo or Einstein or one of these other twits in the same breath as me, I feel a tide of vomit burn the back of my throat. But at least Galileo did something. He wasn't some...
It's crazy how he like compares himself to these revolutionary scientists.
Because his strength illuminates how weak we all really are.
And that strength of Superman illuminates it.
Because it is what has driven me to annihilating you. 1A!
This is when I felt that Man of Steel comic. The Lex Luthor Man of Steel is this whole...
Oh, what are you smirking at?
Brain beats prawn. Sorry, chum.
Oh, he doesn't know what the whistle is for. Like Lex didn't know.
You watch him through those? Tell him what to do? Crypto?
It's interesting.
Get the toy.
It's interesting how the one thing he doesn't treat as human is Ultraman.
Charlie down.
Yeah, all offense.
Yeah, everyone else he treats as some version of human or tries to convince them or something. Even the robots. I do feel like there's something missing that they could have done thematically for him to represent something.
Ultraman?
Yeah, for him fighting himself.
I had that issue with Logan as well. I think Logan's a near perfect film, but I felt like they should have had Sabretooth as what the other Logan represented.
The Raptors have arrived.
At least in Logan, there's like, oh, it's the younger version. It's a representation of how Logan's always been a weapon. There's like something you could say or something.
No, and you can say similar about this, where, you know, it's the metaphor of what he could be used as a weapon and all the fears people have of who he is. And like,
shot's fucking crazy.
Such a cool shot. I like how that, again, a bookend from the opening shot of the crest and this last shot of the crest.
So is the implication that he can actually like control his the strength of his lasers?
Yeah, I mean, like in the comics, you can like hone in and make it sharper, broader, more concussive.
Dennis Hopper.
And establishing black holes or something he couldn't get out of earlier makes me wonder if we do ever get Bizarro or something.
It's gonna reach Baker Line any minute. There are people there.
I'm also glad this didn't make that Gotham.
Yeah.
Like, it's gonna reach Gotham any minute. That's how we meet.
This ripple effect is weird because like it's moving so fast, and then when you catch back up with it, it's apparently been moving kind of slow. Like I said, I think there's a
pacing, a chronology.
Yeah.
Open the portal.
We'll stop it when we get to a city I care about. It's such a cold villain line. So notice Mr. Terrific's movements here. I love how efficient this landing is. It's dope. And this frame is so good.
Ouch.
Lands up, moves forward, goes to computer. Like
The code to close the rift is in here. I can help.
I don't need your help. You piece of shit. Alien!
That is where you've always been wrong about me, Lex. I'm as human as anyone. I get scared.
I love this sun coming in.
His head blocking up the sun every time. That lens flare aggressive.
I screw up all the time, but that is being human, and that's my greatest strength.
Being human is a characteristic.
But none of this matters, you patronizing clown. The government gave me the authority to kill you. If not today, then...
And that does set an interesting precedent, and that might lead to President Lex of the government authority.
Drop him.
The first time I watched this scene, I thought it was too much. But
Crypto?
Of this scene specifically, I thought it was like, okay, we don't need this. I thought it was just for comedy's sake, and didn't tell me until the second time. I was like, oh wait, this actually does.
He needs to get some pain.
It does.
He did some horrible stuff.
Kidnap him, hurt him, torture him. Yeah. So I was like, yeah, he gets a little bit of revenge.
And it gives us precious seconds for Mr. Terrific to do his thing.
You did it, Daily Planet.
They saved us. So I think the reason like the metahumans 300 years is going to be interesting is now we've seen this as a precedent of them going at metahumans for the first time. So I agree they should have, maybe had a net, but now I think that'll be the way the DCU goes.
Yeah.
Because they've established this distrust.
We had Luthor on this show many times. Little did we know he was a traitor.
Turned against Superman. All owe him an enormous apology. He is, of course, the hero we always thought he was.
That little smile. A little validation.
That little bit of pride. I do traditionally like the canon of Lex and Clark being childhood friends, and I think that would have made this a bigger pop. But I get why. That's how I always saw the characters. Like this juxtaposition if they'd known each other their whole lives. But it's harder to establish why he wouldn't just reveal that, and the hunt for him wouldn't have worked.
Yeah, I like how he doesn't have like pride when looking at Lex. It's like
he wants him to be better.
Yeah, it's like pitiful, like sad.
That's the part of the speech I like most. Is it's all for Lex's sake. It's a lesson for Lex.
I mean, no offense, but that creepy mug is what you want representing the Justice Gang?
Justice Gang? That's a cool name.
They're in.
That one look is so Guy Gardner. So perfect.
Glad you're not concerned about the metahumans, Rick, because now they're the ones making the rules.
Like, this feels like everything that we're setting up with the DCU right here.
The time of recording this, I've only seen one episode of Peacemaker, so I'm like really curious to see how it factors in.
Yeah, because we know Rick Flag Sr. Rickhead Jr. So this is the Pocket Universe getting out. We met her in there.
Oh yeah, shit. God damn.
You saw this twice,
completely flew over, honestly, completely flew over.
Even the monkey bots got out.
Oh my God. Sometimes I'm observant and smart, and other times I feel like the dumbest viewer ever.
Wait, they're twins?
Totally. Yeah. Shit. Damn.
I'm sure I missed stuff too. I was so confused at that one. And I love that we see the scene that's going to be the post-credit scene with the crack. That's the last,
Miss Lane, I thought I might give you an interview. I could fill you in on all the behind the scenes.
Sure.
Yeah, there's stories told in 3 chapters. It's really cool. 3 scenes.
How about over here?
This is also the first paparazzi photo we saw was them two side by side, and it's from the last shot of the movie, which is crazy. Like, they were so good at filming some stuff outside and not giving any context to what it was going to end up being. And I think this is actually a big place in Cleveland, where they shot this.
I don't know how they did this shot.
It's so beautiful. It's so romantic.
And like that to actually just follow with them is really
that
incredible.
lift, whatever rig they're on, and just I miss action movies having this romance, romancing the Stone era.
I love you too.
It's crazy, 3 scenes,
but they're all such perfect scenes. I love their chemistry so much.
It feels like you spend more time with them than you actually do. Because
every scene's so
probably
impactful.
only together on screen for 20 minutes total in this movie. Yeah.
How long have they been hooking up?
About 3 months, I think. And him just knowing the Malley article by Clark Kent at the end. Love a bookend.
Cleaned yourself up pretty good, too.
You think so?
I think it gives you character.
Maybe one day you'll give me a name.
4 is a name.
So is Gary.
Apparently that was improvised by Alan Tudyk.
Was it?
Apparently the Gary line was, yeah.
It's a perfect delivery.
Love this use of world building.
Why did you move the door?
I didn't move the door.
Hey, where is my dog?
He's a foster.
Crazy
This establishes who she is.
This is why he has behavioral issues.
No boundaries.
He's actually still drunk with the yellow sun. So this is a fake song? I mean, a song made for the movie, I mean?
This song is not.
Okay.
This is Iggy Pop.
Superman, would you like to see the footage of your parents? He finds it soothing. Oh.
Yeah, Gary.
So I like the reverse narrative. Like when you get to this montage, it is instead of starting off with the birth of Clark and everything and with the parents, like you're starting with Superman, you're peeling back the layers throughout the entire film.
And I love that it's the same angle of going towards the sun to heal him. This is healing him. This is so emotionally healing. And these are the voices he wants to hear now to calm him. Also, the question of how much Superman can hear, having this in his ear instead of all the people needing help, him getting to recover. There's just so much I love.
Woo!
What a picture.
Move along to that one shot.
2 shots. We got a post credit after that shot. We got the impact shot, and then we got the funny shucks.
Yeah, I love the visual arc of it. And it's the perfect dog for him because it's man's best friend.
Yeah.
And that's the only dog he could possibly bring with him up there.
Yeah. And they're bonding.
Yeah.
This is the Crabjoys. This is
it.
Lulu Saffron. This is Peter Safran's daughter, who's an actual great singer.
What?
It's just a little off.
What do you want me to do? Do you want me to take it apart and put it back together?
No. It was just... Hey, man, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to bum you out. I shouldn't have brought it up. Darn it, I can be such a jerk sometimes.
It's the most Superman scene. That's how you end post-credit scenes. I like when they're in the move, the move. It's not to give us a teaser of the next thing always. You can do that, but I like when it's also about the move.
All right. Well, that was our first commentary video we've ever done.
We've reviewed this movie a lot.
We've done reaction videos are its own version of commentary, but obviously it's very commentary heavy.
Yeah.
What do you guys
think of that journey?
Especially what would we like to do for a movie that we haven't talked at nauseum?
Yeah. Would you like to see us talk about a movie we haven't ever discussed
we haven't talked
on
for
the channel?
12 hours about it.
Yeah, I think, and also the last 6 months, very recently talked for 12 hours about. Because I think Dark Knight's a great idea.
Yeah,
I think Matrix Fight Club.
Let us know if this turns out well, if the engagement's good, if the watch time's good, all that jazz, the stuff we got to look out for. Then we will continue.
So comment, share, like, and hopefully you enjoyed this experience. And I noticed a couple things for the first time because Greg pointed them out. Hopefully I was able to give him some new insights and hopefully give you some new insights. So let's have a conversation in the comments.
Thank you, Reject Nation, for being here. See you guys soon.